Leave outside immigration rules. So now everyone we know about asylum claim, everyone we know about human rights claim, Article 8, Article 3, Article 2, many things. But there are some other option in case your asylum refused, in case your human rights application refused, still you can rely some route where I would recommend before you seek asylum or before you claim human rights claim, if you don't have a strong merit, you should consider the compulsion and compelling circumstance. Now, it used to be called a discretionary leave prior to 2012. And then the form what we used to apply is FLR O, which is immigration leave to remain application outside the immigration rules. But now the similar grounds we can use if you are not qualified for asylum claim, if you are not qualified for human rights claim, or if there is no merit to make a human rights claim. Bear in mind, anyone can claim Article 8 or any human rights article, but it must be you must consider whether this is the right, whether human rights is you have whether it's proportionate for the Home Office to give you leave to remain in the UK on the basis of the article you are claiming. So that is the main question. Now, the other rules, what I'm talking about, the compelling and compelling and compulsion circumstance, where someone can claim for because of a specific event happening in life, where you are not qualified for asylum or human rights, but you can claim leave on the basis of compulsion and compelling circumstance. And this matter is basically is a discussion of the Home Secretary to grant someone leave to remain. Say, for example, someone came in the UK to look after, for a visit. In the meantime, something happened in his life, in his family. Say, for example, his father is a disabled person. Father was look after his mother. Now, mother passed away. Now, the son who came to visit, or any family member, anyone who came, he is the person who is looking after his disabled relatives or father. You don't have a strong human rights if you are not a son or family member, or if you are a relative, you don't have a strong family Article 8 rights, but you can claim on that circumstance is compelling and compulsion circumstance, because compelling compulsion circumstance is not only your circumstance, the caseworker decision maker need to take into account, the decision maker need to take into account the circumstance of the other. So you, in that case, the disabled person or the aged person who is basically need your support to day-to-day activities, is he will be in a vulnerable situation if you require to live in the UK, and on that basis you can claim leave to remain for compulsion and compelling circumstance. I dealt with one case where a student came in the UK and he's basically sold all his parents' property. Parents borrow money from different relatives. Once he in the UK, then of course family expect that he will came here, he will start earning money and send the money to back home, and accordingly he will make them give them a good life. Unfortunately, when he came here, then that student basically, probably most of you are familiar with the situation of the student. He is carry on his study, unable to earn any money, send them back. In the meantime, in back home, his parents was in trouble because of the creditor, because of the property was sold, and the situation arise where neither he can support his parents nor he can maintain his relationship with the family, and in some point he his family rejected him, and his situation, he's not able to bring any money to continue his study, nor he can return back home because of the circumstance of the family and surroundings. So he doesn't have any human rights because he lives in the UK. He does have it, but it's not a proportionate under a public interest. Home Office can refuse his human rights application, but there are some circumstances arise of this particular event, particular circumstance, and he made an application on compulsion and compelling circumstance. So the compassion compelling circumstance is a circumstance where actually descent depend on your surrounding, on your personal circumstance, on your family circumstance of the people who, whether you are, involved, and it depends, as I said, in the fact to fact on your circumstance. So if you think you need help, you are not qualified with it, you need to discuss with whether you should go to asylum application, or you should make a human rights application, or you should make an application on compassionate and compelling circumstance, which is basically live outside the immigration rules. I think it's the best idea, good idea, to speak to a lawyer regarding this, whether you can eligible for this rule. This is short tips about live outside the immigration rules. If you need any help, please feel free to contact with our office, and any of our professional is happy to offer you help.